At first, the cartel doesn't look evil, it looks successful. The men wear designer clothes, the cars are spotless. Cash flows like water. Everyone seems feared, respected, untouchable. And when you grow up surrounded by poverty, violence, or hopelessness, that kind of power feels magnetic. Nobody joins a cartel dreaming of dying young. They join because they want money, protection, status, survival. But the deeper you climb inside the cartel, the more human life loses value. Friends become liabilities, family becomes leverage, paranoia replaces trust, and eventually, you realize the cartel was never really about drugs. It was about power. Tonight, we're taking you through every rank inside a drug cartel, from the desperate street recruit, Icky, to the invisible kingpins controlling entire regions through fear. This is your life at every rank in a drug cartel. Join rank 1. The lookout. You're young, maybe 13, maybe 15, too poor to leave, too invisible to matter. The cartel notices boys like you immediately. You start small, watching streets, reporting police movement, warning dealers about raids. You carry no authority, but for the first time in your life, someone pays you. Cash changes everything. Suddenly, your family eats better, people respect you. Older gang members know your name. The cartel feels like opportunity, like belonging, like escape. But you quickly learn the first rule. Fear controls everything. You witness beatings, disappearances, executions whispered about like urban legends. Nobody talks too much. Nobody asks questions. Because in cartel territory, silence keeps you alive. Rank 2. The street dealer. Now you sell directly. Corners, nightclubs, apartment buildings. You carry product, collect money, handle addicts. At first, the money feels unreal. You buy jewelry, shoes, expensive phones. For the first time, you feel powerful. But street dealing is one of the deadliest positions in the cartel hierarchy. You're exposed constantly. Police, rival gangs, robberies, addicts, betrayals. Every day feels tense. You start carrying weapons, not because you want violence, but because everyone around you expects it. Your personality changes fast. You become colder, more aggressive, more paranoid, because weakness attracts predators, and the cartel rewards intimidation. The more feared you become, the safer you feel, at least temporarily. Rank 3, the enforcer. This is where innocence disappears completely. You no longer just sell drugs, you enforce obedience, debt collection, intimidation, punishment, sometimes worse. The cartel tests loyalty through violence, because violence proves commitment. At first, you struggle psychologically. Your hands shake, you can't sleep, you replay moments in your head, but eventually, your brain adapts. That's the terrifying part. Human beings normalize almost anything with enough exposure. Soon, Asim, threats feel ordinary. Brutality feels procedural. Fear becomes routine, and within the cartel, reputation is survival. The more dangerous people believe you are identities, the less likely they challenge you, but there's a hidden cost. You stop trusting everyone, even friends, especially friends, because betrayal inside cartels is constant. People disappear overnight, sometimes over money, sometimes over suspicion alone. You learn another brutal rule. In cartel life, paranoia isn't mental illness, it's intelligence. Rank 4, the smuggler. Now you move product internationally. Cars, tunnels, shipping containers, private boats, maybe even human couriers. The operation becomes sophisticated. This isn't random street crime anymore. It's logistics, corporate level logistics. You begin realizing how massive the cartel truly is. Lawyers, bankers, corrupt officials, police contacts, business fronts. The cartel operates like a multinational corporation, except failure is punished with death. You travel more now, different cities, different borders, and you discover something disturbing. The cartel's influence reaches everywhere. Money opens doors, fear keeps them open. At this level, greed begins replacing survival as motivation. You're no longer poor. Now you want luxury, influence, status, power. And power becomes addictive. Rank 5, the Hitman. This is the rank most feared by outsiders. The sicario, the killer. By now, emotional detachment has become necessary for survival. You receive targets, you complete assignments, you don't ask why. The cartel values efficiency above morality, and over time, violence stops feeling shocking. That psychological transformation is what destroys many people internally. because the human mind was never designed to kill repeatedly without consequences. Some cartel hitmen become emotionally numb. Others become addicted to the adrenaline. Some spiral into drugs or alcoholism to silence guilt. But nobody inside the cartel talks about trauma. Weakness is dangerous. At this stage, life expectancy drops dramatically. You know too much. You've created enemies. You've seen internal secrets. And in cartel culture, knowledge itself becomes a threat. You begin sleeping lightly, watching mirrors, scanning crowds, checking cars for trackers or bombs. Every knock at the door spikes your heart rate because deep down, you know this lifestyle usually ends one of three ways: prison, execution, or betrayal. Rank 6. The Lieutenant. Now you command people. Street crews, smuggling routes, enforcement teams, you manage territory. The cartel rewards results brutally. Make money, maintain control, eliminate threats. At this level, you experience real power. Politicians answer calls. Police avoid your areas. Entire neighborhoods fear your name. But leadership inside cartels is psychologically exhausting. You trust nobody fully. Not your soldiers, not your partners, not even family sometimes, because ambition infects everyone. The cartel constantly creates rivals internally, and every lieutenant secretly wonders, who's planning against me? You become obsessed with control. Surveillance cameras, encrypted phones, armed escorts. You can buy luxury, but not peace. That's the irony. The higher you rise, the less freedom you actually have. Rank 7. The Cartel Boss. Now you're no longer a criminal. You're an invisible ruler. Entire regions move according to your decisions. You influence politics, police, business, violence, fear. People call you successful, but your life is prison without walls. You rarely go outside safely. You constantly relocate. You trust almost nobody. Every conversation contains hidden motives. Even family gatherings feel dangerous because power inside cartels is temporary. Someone is always waiting for weakness. Rivals, government forces, former allies. The empire consumes itself constantly. And psychologically, you become isolated from normal humanity. How could you relate to ordinary people anymore? Your world revolves around survival, strategy, loyalty, violence, control. You may possess millions, but internally, you're trapped. And eventually, most cartel bosses face the same terrifying realization. The cartel can never truly be escaped, because once you reach the top, you know too much to disappear safely. The psychology of cartel power. People often ask, how do cartel members become so ruthless? The answer is gradual adaptation. Nobody wakes up evil overnight. The environment changes them slowly. First, you justify small crimes. Then, violence becomes normalized. Then, fear becomes identity. Eventually, morality itself becomes flexible. Cartels psychologically reshape people through fear, loyalty systems, power, trauma, survival pressure. And the deeper someone climbs, the harder it becomes to return to normal life, because cartel culture rewards the darkest human instincts: domination, intimidation, emotional numbness, and once those behaviors become survival mechanisms, they're incredibly difficult to shut off. At the beginning, the cartel looked like escape from poverty, from weakness, from being invisible, and for a moment, it probably worked. You gained money, respect, power, but every promotion inside the cartel came with a hidden cost: your empathy, your peace, your ability to trust, until eventually, the lifestyle that promised freedom became a cage built from paranoia and violence. That's the real tragedy of cartel life. Not just the bloodshed, but the psychological transformation. Because the deeper someone climbs inside organized crime, God, the more they stop living like a human being and start living like a permanent survivor. Always watching, always suspicious, always one mistake away from death. If you enjoyed this immersive psychological breakdown, subscribe to Curio Mind for more dark storytelling documentaries exploring hidden worlds, power systems, and human behavior. And tell us in the comments, which cartel rank do you think changes a person the most psychologically?